I'll start with the class. Yesterday's class we have seen what exactly mean by the different types of the attacks, right, on the encryption system. Have you remembered which are the two types of attacks we have studied on the encryption scheme of the system? Which are the two different types of attacks we have studied? We started with symmetric cipher model, right? Then we have seen the cryptographic system, how they will be characterized depending upon the three dimensions. That is the type of the operations, what they are going to use for to do the encryption, and the number of keys used, and the way how they are going to process the plain text. After that we have started something called as crypt analysis. Have you remembered? Crypt analysis means just hacking the your encryption system, right? So there are two different approaches are there to attack the encryption system, to recover the plain text, along with they are going to recover the key. Which are all the two different types of attacks we have studied in the yesterday's class? Yes guys, can you hear me? Hello, please say yes or no. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, which are the two types of attacks we have studied in the yesterday's class? Something called as crypt analytic attack and the brute force attack. Have you remembered? Right?
Yes, ma'am.
There are two different types of approaches, two types of attacks we have studied in the yesterday's class. That is, one is crypt analytic attack and second one is the brute force attack. In crypt analytic attack, what will happen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, what happened, Kiran? Hello, what happened? Is that screen is visible or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Visible, right?
In brute force attack, ma'am.
What can be done? What will be done in the brute force attack? What do you mean by brute force attack? They are going to trial all the possible keys. Yes or no? They are going to try all the possible keys to recover the message. Yes, that is what called as the brute force attack. And second one is crypt analytic attack, means they are going to have some knowledge of the algorithm. They may be knowing the general characteristics of the plain text and the plain text ciphertext pairs. Depending upon that, they are going to deduce the key along with the message what you are going to send, right? So along with that, we have seen there are two different kinds of what are all the different kinds of crypt analytic attacks are there, right? There are mainly what is the knowledge known to the crypt analyst. Depending upon that, there are different kinds of attacks are there. One is ciphertext only, known plain text, right? Chosen plain text, chosen ciphertext, and the chosen text. These are the different types of attacks depending upon, you are classifying this one how, depending upon the knowledge that is known to the crypt analyst, right? These are the different types of attacks we have studied in the yesterday's class. And along with that, we have seen what do you mean by exactly brute force attack. Here they are going to always, it is always possible to simply try the every key, all the possible keys you are going to try it out to get the original message, right? So depending upon the key size, how many number of alternative keys will be there, how much time it is going to take to decrypt the message, that everything through that table we have seen in the last class, right? Then after that, we have started with the substitution techniques, right? As already I told, encryption algorithm, right? If you are converting the plain text into the ciphertext, right? Whenever you are going to convert plain text into the ciphertext by using a different techniques, right, you are going to do the conversion. There are two different types of techniques here you are going to study. One is substitution technique and second one is the transposition techniques. Here first we will see what do you mean by substitution cipher, or you can call it as a substitution technique in case of a classical or the conventional encryption scheme, right? Here name itself indicates substitution. That means you are going to replace one letter with the other letter, or you can replace the letter with a number or the different kinds of the symbols. Clear? That is what you are calling it as a substitution. Clear, guys? A letter, you are going to replace it with the other letter, number or the symbol. That is what you are going to call as the substitution. Clear? But if your plain text is going to contain the patterns, right, bit pattern is there, at that time you can replace the plain text bit patterns with the cipher text bit patterns. Already you know what you mean by bit. It is going to contain zeros and ones, right? If the plain text is in terms of the zeros and ones, that will be replaced with the again zeros and ones only, right? Is that clear? What is substitution, guys? Are you getting?
Yes, ma'am.
Please respond.
Yes, ma'am.
So that I can understand that there is no network issue. Okay. The next we will see now the different kinds of cipher, substitution ciphers. Right. First one is Caesar cipher. See, Caesar cipher. It is known. It is earliest known substitution cipher. It is invented by the Julius Caesar and first attested use in the military affairs. It is mainly first used in the military affairs. Here, how exactly this Caesar cipher is going to work, right? It is going to replace whatever the letters are there in the plain text with the letter which is going to present at the third position from that letter. Are you getting? Each letter, substitution name itself indicates you are going to replace a letter with the another letter, right? So here what will happen in case of a Caesar cipher? It is going to replace a letter, each letter by the third letter after that letter, whatever the third position letter is there, right? By using that letter, it is going to replace the plain text letters. Are you getting how it is going to replace? Hello? See, what is Caesar cipher? It is going to replace each letter of the alphabet with the letter that is going to stand 3 places further down, right? Down the alphabet. That means, for example, if I say take, please respond, guys. Please respond. Are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, see, each letter
Yes,
they are
ma'am.
going to replace it with a third letter, right? That means now see, yum. After yum, you count the next third letter. Which letter will come? P is the next letter. Yum, N, O, P. Right? N, O, P. P is the third letter. So yum is replaced with the P. Now see, meet me after the toga party. This is the plain text. You are sending to the recipient. Right? How it will be converted? How each letter in this plain text will be substituted with the another letter by using a Caesar cipher that we are seeing here. What I told here, each letter is replaced by the third positioned letter which is present in your alphabetical order. Right? Totally 26 alphabets are there. Among that, which is the third position letter after this letter is there, that will be replaced with the letter present in the plain text. Now see, yum is replaced with P, right? Because N, O, P. P is the third position letter after yum. Yes or no? Yes or no? Which is the third position letter is standing after 3 places that you are using here. That you are going to use it as a replacement letter in the plain text. Then E, see, after E, third position letter is H. E, after that you will have F, G, H. H will be in the third position. So E is replaced with H. Clear? Getting the thing, guys? Are you getting it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, again you can see E, meet me. Meet. Again E is there. After E, third position letter is again H. So E is replaced with one more time H and T. T, after that the third position letter is W because T, U, V, W. Right? Third position letter is W. In such manner, whatever the letters are there in the plain text, those will be replaced with the third position letter in the alphabetical order. This is how exactly you are going to replace the letters in the plain text with the another letter in case of a Caesar cipher. I hope it is clear, this method, how they are going to substitute. Are you getting it?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? We can check it out. A, see, A is replaced with D. Right? A is me, M is replaced with P, E is replaced with H. After, see, A, third position is, letter is D. Right? Each letter is replaced with the third position letter in alphabetical order. Right? So this is what called as the Caesar cipher. Clear? Is that clear? Is that clear, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Now see, for example, if you were in example, yes, the message plain text is containing, for example, character Z. Yes, after Z, do we have any letters in the alphabets? After Z, do we have any letters? Then how it needs to be replaced? Z needs to be replaced. Now see, if we have a character A is replaced with D. Yes or no? B is replaced with E. Third position letter you are replacing. If we come to the Z letter, after Z, do we have any letters in alphabets? No, right?
No, ma'am.
No. So for
No,
that case, here they are going to use the wraparound technique. That means Z needs to be replaced with the wraparound. That means Z is replaced with A. Getting the thing? Wrapping will be done. Z will be followed by the A. By using that technique, they are going to replace the letters. You can see here how the transformation will be done. See here, A is replaced with D, B is replaced with E. Like this, third position letter you are replacing. Now see, Z is replaced with C after wrapping around. If you have a character X, X after third position. That means after X, what are the letters we have? Y, Z. Only two. Right? Only two. So wrapping will be done. So Z is followed by the A. So X is replaced with A character. Y is replaced with, after Y you have only one character, that is Z. So wrapping will be done. So Z is followed by A. So Z, A, B. B is the third position letter. So Y is replaced with B. Then Z. After Z you don't have any character. So wrapping will be done. So A, B, C. So Z is, after Z we have the third character letter, that is C. So Z is replaced with the C. This is how exactly the Caesar cipher is going to replace each letter in the plain text with the letter which is standing 3 places further down the alphabetical order. Is that clear, guys? Or else you can give the letter with numbers also, right? You can specify the numbers like this, right? Always A, to indicate the character A, right? You are going to indicate the number it as a 0, right? And Z always will stand at the number 25. Clear? Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
How this exactly Caesar cipher is going to work? So mathematically how you need to express this algorithm. Yes, Caesar cipher, this algorithm, how you are going to what? Mathematically how we are going to represent. Just we will see that one now. See here, C is nothing but Caesar, cipher text, that is nothing but E is encryption algorithm. Which encryption algorithm you are applying here? The Caesar cipher on the plain text, right? If you apply that one, what is exactly in turn it is going to do? What is the key it is using here? 3 position. So the key value is 3. Yes or no? Each letter you are replacing with the letter which is standing 3 places further down the alphabet. Yes or no? So the key will become 3. key becomes 3 here. So by default we are indicating it as, instead of 3 we are taking k is equal to either it may be 1, 2, 3. Right? To represent key value we are indicating it as a k. That means p, that is the plain text, plus the key value, it may be 1, 2, 3 up to 25. Right? Mod 26. Why we are using here mod 26? Because the wrapping of the what? The Z needs to follow the character A. Wrapping around should be done. Right? To indicate that one, we are indicating the mod 26. This particular what? The expression we are going to use to indicate the Caesar cipher algorithm. How it can be expressed, that we have written here. Clear, guys? Getting the thing? You are going to shift.
Yes, ma'am.
Clear? C is equal to E of P. That means ciphertext how we are getting? By applying the encryption algorithm on the plain text. How the encryption algorithm is working here in the Caesar cipher? Whatever the character is there in the plain text plus the value of the key. Key value may be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? Up to 25. Mod 26. Why mod? If I write only P plus K, what that indicates? There is no Z need not to followed by the A. Right? Such type of what? The substitution will not be done. So if we use mod 26 to indicate the wrapping around technique, Z needs to follow the A character. Yes, to indicate that one, we are taking a modulus operation here with 26 value, because the number of characters in the alphabets are 26. Clear? Right? Same, by using the same thing, we can write the how we are going to get the plain text from the cipher text.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? That is P equal to D of C. D indicates what? Decryption. Yes or no? D indicates a decryption. D indicates a decryption.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes or no? Right? Decryption algorithm
Yes,
we are applying on the C indicates what? Ciphertext. Now we got the ciphertext. On that the decryption algorithm you are applying. So that you are going to get the plain text. Right? So how we are applying the decryption algorithm? It is just the reverse of the encryption algorithm. That you know already. Decryption algorithm is nothing but if you are running a encryption algorithm in reverse order or reverse manner, that is what called as the decryption algorithm. It is just opposite of the encryption. Now see, to get how we have written the encryption algorithm, you have added the amount of key values. Right? You have done the here addition. Right? Now if I do the subtraction with the ciphertext character with a key value, right, you are going to get the plain text. Just reverse of that one. How you have expressed that one? Mathematically, just ciphertext, what you have got the ciphertext letter minus the key value. Right? What is the key value is there? If you deduct that one, then if you do the modulation of modulus of 26 value, you are going to get the plain text. I hope it is clear. We'll see it with one example. Then you will come to know how exactly it is going to do. I'll give you the example. You only going to tell me what is the plain text for that. I'll give you the ciphertext. Is that clear? This is how it is going to work exactly, Caesar cipher, guys. Are you
Yes,
getting?
ma'am.
Yes? Clear? Now see. Again, this is the encryption technique we are using. Right? So, someone will hack. If anyone will hack, that is what you are calling it as a cryptanalysis. Cryptanalysis for the Caesar cipher. That means, if it is the three main important characteristics of the problems that is enable to use the brute force attack, for example on the Caesar cipher, that is cryptanalysis of the Caesar cipher is nothing but it is going to have only 26 possible ciphers, because in alphabet we have 26 alphabets. So only 26 possible keys you are going to get here. Yes or no? 26 letters are there. So 26 shifting you can do. Yes or no? You can take the shift as a 1, or you can make the shifting as 2, or you can make the shifting as 3. till 26. Only 26 possible ciphers you can get. Yes or no, guys? Are you getting my point?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Only 26 alphabets are there, right, in English. So only 26 possible shiftings are there. So 26 possible keys you may get. Yes or no? So by using a brute force attack, anyone can try those 26 possible ciphers, possible keys. By using a 26 possible keys, he will simply try on each turn. First he will make the shifting of one letter, right? Then he will make the shifting of the two letters. Then he may make the shifting of three letters till 26. Only 26 possible keys you will have. So by trial and error, or by trying all the possible keys, easily he can get the plain text by using a ciphertext. Yes or no? So he will get he can recognize what is the plain text that has been sent from the sender to the recipient. So it is not secure. It is far from the secure. Right? This Caesar cipher technique, it is far from the security. Clear? But this is one of the technique how they are going to substitute the each letter in the plain text with the another letter in the to get the cipher text. I hope it is clear, guys. Caesar cipher, how it works exactly. Are you getting? Are you getting,
Yes,
guys?
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Now see, I will give this cipher text. Do you have book and pen? All of you have a book with pen? Just copy this cipher text and tell me what is the
Yes, ma'am.
message I am exactly sending here. Plain text.
Ma'am, but your excuse me,
Huh? Again, slide is not
ma'am, but
visible.
the screen. Yes, ma'am. It's in
Why
the
screen
13th
is-
page, ma'am.
Why screen it is not
Now it
moving? I
came,
am not
ma'am.
getting. Now
15th
it
page.
came.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you see this cipher text?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
GC.
Huh. Copy this cipher text and tell me what is exactly the plain text I am sending here. GCUA. Copying. GCUA VQ DTGCM. Copied all of you this cipher text at least?
Yes, ma'am.
First time what you can make is it this screen is this slide is visible? Wait a sec. I'll share the letters with the numbering where I have written. Yes. This is it visible?
Yes,
Is it
ma'am.
visible? Now see.
Yes, ma'am.
For each letter we have given a number in the Caesar cipher now. A is 0. For A letter we have given number as a 0. For Z like that we have given it for Z it as a 25. So first time what we will do, what is the how we have expressed the how we are going to get here plain text. See here C minus K mod 26. First time we will take K as value as 1. Right? What is the cipher text first letter you have according to the example?
G.
G. G first time K value I will take it as 1. Getting the thing? For G what is the number here? Just see.
6.
G is at 6. 6 minus 1. That means what is the letter you are getting? What is the letter you are getting?
F.
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 Write it down. F. If K value, if it is equal to 1, right? If you are decrypting that one, that cipher text, at that time, for G, you are getting it as F. Like that, what is the second letter? What is the second letter you have in the cipher text?
C, ma'am.
C. C minus 1 means you will get B.
Yes, ma'am.
C minus 1, K value we are taking it as 1 here, right? So For C, you will get it is you are getting the plain text as B, right? What is the next letter?
U.
U. Behind that -1 means T. You will get it as T, correct? Have shifting.
Yes.
That is replaced
A.
with T. The next letter
A.
A. A is replaced with
Z.
Z. That means mod 26 we are using, correct? So -1 means it will wrap around. It will replace with Z. Okay, good. The next
V.
V is replaced with -1 means U.
U.
V will be replaced with U, right? The next
Q.
Q is replaced with P. Just -1 we are doing, right?
B.
B is replaced with A. Correct?
D is replaced with C, ma'am.
D. I thought B it is. D is replaced with C. Then
Yes, ma'am. D. T.
T.
Yes, ma'am.
T is replaced with
Yes.
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 Yes. -1 we are doing exactly. Then
G is replaced with F.
G is replaced with F. I think it is over.
C and M are left, ma'am.
Huh.
That are replaced by B and I.
B and I. Okay. Now you did. Whether it is giving any meaning, that particular plain text what you got by applying key value is equal to 1. Is it giving any meaning? Something scrambled message only it is present still, right?
Yes,
You are
ma'am.
not getting any message. So what is brute force attack I told? You are going to apply all the possible keys. Now you consider k value as 2. Then get the plain text. Replace k value, you take it as a 2. So deduct whatever the ciphertext you have. Deduct 2 values. What is the second position value is there? Right? Behind that one. Just apply that one. What plain text you are going to get? Tell me. First letter is G. According to the ciphertext you have. First letter is G. Yes or
Yes,
no?
ma'am.
G -2. -2 means F. Second letter is E. So G is replaced with E. Are you getting? Only one guy is solving, I think. How about others? Here shift you are making is of 2 letters. G is replaced with E. Right? Because you are decrypting here. If you are encrypting, you are going to add the key value. If you are decrypting, you are going to deduct the value. So you are going to do it in a reverse manner. G is replaced with E. Then what is the next letter? C. What is the next letter? Next letter is C in ciphertext. No answer.
Yes, ma'am.
What is the next letter? C is there. C is replaced with A.
Yes, ma'am.
C -2 indicates what? B and A.
A.
So it will be C will be replaced with A. Then next letter you have
Yes.
U.
U.
U is replaced with
U
S.
is replaced by R.
R or yes?
R, ma'am.
Yes. U no. T is first letter.
Yes,
What is the second letter? Yes.
Yes.
Yes or no? U is replaced with
ma'am.
yes. Then next. I think you have B, right?
B.
B or A?
Ma'am, next letter is A, ma'am.
A. A is replaced with Y, Z. Z, Y.
Y.
It will be replaced with Y.
Y.
Yes. That thing, at least you see.
Y.
First word you got it as easy. Is it giving some meaning? EASY you
Yes,
got,
ma'am.
right? That means some meaningful word it is giving now.
Yes, ma'am.
That is easy
ma'am.
you got, right? Like that, break the ciphertext, full ciphertext what I have given in an example. By applying a key value equal to 2, what answer you will get? Tell me. Next, what is the letter is there in ciphertext? V. V is replaced with T, right? Then next you have Q, that is replaced with O. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Then you have D, D is replaced with B,
Easy to break.
easy to break. That is a plain text you are getting?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it a plain text you are getting? After applying the key
Yes, ma'am.
value as a 2, all of you getting the same answer? Check it out.
Yes, ma'am.
That
Yes,
means
ma'am.
for this cipher text, you are getting the plain text. You have breaked this cipher text by using a different values for the key. First time we have applied k equal to 1. That is key value. We have shifting. We have done only for the one letter. At that time, we didn't get any meaningful plain text. Meaningful message we didn't get. But whenever we have applied the key value is equal to 2, that time we have got the what? Some meaningful plain text message. Yes or no? That is easy to break. Correct? So like this, what the crypt analyst will do, only 26 letters are there. So 26 shifting they can do. Only 26 shifting can do. But by applying at least those 26 possible keys, somehow they will get the plain text message. So this Caesar cipher is not more secured. Clear? I hope it is clear. Yes, guys.
Yes, ma'am.
Only they need to map only the 26 letters.
Yes, ma'am.
In alphabet. 26 alphabets they need to what? Try it out. So there are only 25 keys to try. So easily they can get the plain text what they are sending. Is that clear? First type of substitution technique. Any doubts with respect to this? Yes, guys.
No,
Any
ma'am.
doubts with respect to
No,
Caesar
ma'am.
cipher? Clear? Example also you have solved.
Yes, ma'am.
Clear? Then we'll start with the next substitution technique.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that screen is visible? What I have shared?
Yes, ma'am.
guys.
Yes,
Is-
ma'am.
Is
Yes,
that
ma'am.
mono-alphabetic cipher? Is that screen is visible?
Cipher. Yes.
Yes. Then
Yes,
second
ma'am.
type of substitution technique is mono-alphabetic cipher. What do you mean by mono? Mono. What that indicates? Mono means single. Right? If I indicate it as polyalphabetic, poly indicates many number. Clear? More number of letters that you can indicate it, you can call it as a polyalphabetic cipher. If it is replacing a single letter, that type of technique you can call it as a monoalphabetic cipher. That means here by using monoalphabetic cipher also, what you are doing here, you are substituting one letter with the other letter. Clear? The same thing what we did in the Caesar cipher. In Caesar cipher is also one kind of the monoalphabetic cipher itself. There also you are replacing a single letter with the another letter. Right? Now in monoalphabetic cipher, it is going to use some different technique. The number of key size is going to vary here. Clear, guys? Getting the thing? Are you getting? In case of Caesar cipher, only 25 possible keys you need to try, because only 26 letters are there. Right? So it is not more secure. To overcome the disadvantages of the Caesar cipher, we are studying the next substitution technique, that is monoalphabetic cipher. Please respond, guys.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes. So see here, what technique we have used in the Caesar cipher? We have shifted the letters. Right? We are filling the letter which is there in the plain text with the third position letter or the second position letter. Right? By using that one, we are converting the plain text into the cipher text. So there is a shifting of the alphabet is there. Right? But the same technique is not used in the mono-alphabetic cipher. So what type of technique it is going to use? It is going to shuffle the letters arbitrarily. That means it is going to jumble the letters, right, which are there in the plain text to get the cipher text. how exactly it is going to jumble, how it is going to map the letters which are there in the with the cipher text. Each plain text letter is going to map to a different random cipher text letter. For that case, it is going to use a key that is of 26 letters long, right? In case of mono alphabetic cipher, if you are converting the plain text into the cipher text, the key size is always 26 letters long. There what we have used, the key size is of only one number, right? Only one letter long we have taken in case of a Caesar cipher, but here it is of 26 letters long. That means here we are going to consider the permutation. What do you mean by permutation? Have you heard this one? Permutations and combination. In mathematics you have studied this one. Yes? Just to increase the key size, right? Key space we are going to increase for the substitution in case of a mono alphabetic cipher. For that case we are going to use here permutation, right? That means 26 letters are there in a 26 letters are there in the English, alphabets are there, only 26 alphabets are there. So 26 factorial, right? Those many number of keys will be, key space will be used to convert plain text into the cipher text. Are you getting, guys? Are you getting?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Just
ma'am.
see here. Here what I told, the key size is of 26 letters long. See, now plain text is there and you are getting here cipher text. Now see here, how exactly, is there any ordering is there? How they have replaced the letter with the another letter? A is replaced with D. That means what is the key size they have taken? It has 3. Right? To replace B, it is replacing it with the K. That means what will be the key size? Every time they are shuffling the letters here arbitrarily. There is no exact key size will be used. Key space will be used. Right? So different keys are used to convert each letter from in the plain text to the another letter to get the cipher text. Is that clear? Are you getting, guys? Right? No,
Yes,
not
ma'am.
perfect order. Right? They are not using the same order to replace each letter with the another letter. They are going to use the different values of a keys to replace one letter with the another letter. That is what called as the mono alphabetic cipher. Here the key space will be 26 letters long. So in case of what I told, in case of mono alphabetic, it is going to use the permutation technique. That means totally 26 factorial, those many number of keys they are going to use to get the cipher text. Clear? Totally 26 factorial. That means how many number of keys? 4 into 1020, 10 to the power 26. It is not 1 to 1026. It is going to have 26 factorial, means we are going to get 4 into 10 to the power 26 keys. See, what is the key
Ma'am.
space then? Yes, again screen
Ma'am,
is not visible.
Again, yes, ma'am.
Now see?
Now it came.
Yes.
Now message came, ma'am.
Yes. See, because in Caesar cipher is far from the security. So here if we have in mono alphabetic cipher, what we are doing to get the secure communication, to get the more security, we are increasing the key space. So because of that only, how many number of keys will be possible in case of a mono alphabetic? It is of 26 factorial. That means 4 into 10 to the power 26 number of possible keys you are going to get. Sir, if we are applying a brute force attack to recover the message, that means those many number of keys you need to try. Yes, if you are trying these many number of keys, it is waste of time, right? It is not easy to break that particular message. You are not going to recover the message easily. So it is more secure compared to the Caesar cipher. I hope it is clear, guys. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
but still it is also having some security problem, right? even though if it is having a so many number of keys, possible number of keys, and the key space is even though the larger, but still the crypt analyst is going to attack this type of Caesar's monoalphabetic cipher also to get the plain text. For that case, what is the problem is, the problem is related to the language characteristics, right? How exactly the crypt analyst is going to hack this message by using the monoalphabetic cipher, that we will see now. See, human languages are always redundant. Now for example, see, if in English every time somewhere you will use no th and every word is almost is going to end with the letter called as e. Yes or no? These are the common language characteristics are there with respect to the English. So many times we will use th. The words start with th and almost all the words are going to end by e, I or a. These are the common characteristics are there in English language. Yes or no? Yes or no, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, by seeing this language characteristics, what the crypt analysis will do, he will decode that message. He is going to decrypt that message, right, to get the plain text. The same thing is written in the slide. Just go through the slide, guys. If I put it in the slideshow, is it visible? Language redundancy and the crypt analysis. Kiran, is it visible, this slide?
No, ma'am. Your slide is not visible, ma'am.
What's the problem?
But no.
If I
But
will not
it's
put it on the
coming in
screen
normal way.
presentation mode, it is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
If you put in slideshow, ma'am, it's not visible, ma'am. It's
What
not
problem?
opening only, ma'am.
I'll check it out. Okay. Now see, at least language redundancy and the crypt analysis. Right? This is the problem.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
language characteristics is a problem, or this will the helpful for the crypt analysis to attack the that particular encryption system. Right? What the human languages are always redundant. Example, the this particular word. Right? It is not commonly used here. But the English letter E is far the most common letter in the English language, right? So followed by the T, R, N, I, O, A, S, and this type of letters Z, J, K, Q, X. These are rarely used letters, right? By using these all characteristics, what they will do, they will find out what is the relative frequency of that particular letters in the given cipher text. Right. Now for example, you can go through this. See here. They will find out what is the relative frequency. If you have a cipher text, now the crypt analysis will get the cipher text. Right. He will find out what is the relative frequency. How many times that particular letter is occurred in that particular text. Depending upon that, he will find the frequency. Right. Depending upon that frequency, he will hack that particular message and he is going to recover the original message. Clear, guys? Getting the thing? So see here, I'll show you the one example directly. See here. This is for example ciphertext is there. Can you see the ciphertext? By seeing the ciphertext, will you come to know what it is exactly? Is it possible for you to get the message directly by seeing this particular message? Can you see the slide?
Yes, ma'am.
See, this is the ciphertext. On this ciphertext, for example, I have used the monoalphabetic Caesar cipher. What exactly monoalphabetic Caesar cipher indicates? You are replacing one letter with the another letter, but the key size is going to vary. Random keys you are going to use to replace one letter with the another letter. Yes or no? By using that particular algorithm, I got this particular Caesar cipher now. Ciphertext I got. Right. See, now by seeing this one, what the crypt analyst will do, he will check out the relative letter frequencies. Right. He will find out which are all the letters are commonly used here. Right. He will do some guessing work. Now for example, he will guess P and Z are nothing but the letters E and T. He will guess. Just guessing he will do. Because every time P and Z those are, for example, they may be occurring more time, or the frequencies of both the letters are same. By seeing the language characteristics, what I have told with respect to the English language, by taking into the consideration of those all things, what he will think, he will guess that in this ciphertext, whatever the P and Z letters are there, those may be E and T letters, right, of your plain text, right? Then always depending upon this guessing work, he may guess that Z and W is nothing but T and H. Clear? By guessing the Z and W as TH, so if I indicate ZWP somewhere, if it is occurring in this particular ciphertext, he will indicate it as a word the, right, THE in the word plain text. By doing this all trial and error, he will get the plain text. Is that clear? He is going to, by doing all the trial and error work on this ciphertext, he is going to get the word, the plain text like this. Clear? By seeing the relative frequencies of the letter which are occurring in the ciphertext and taking into the consideration of the language characteristics. Now, for example, the word is there. For example, TH he got as a ZW, for example, right? After that, you may have another letter and you have decrypted that message. The next letter is N. Then, for example, if it is TH dash N, then what will be the word? What would be the word could be? It may be then. Yes or no? You can fill those letters, right, easily. If it is, for example, TH, right, fill in the blanks, then R slash or dash, that indicates it is nothing but there. Like this, they are going to fill the letters by doing the guessing work. Clear? By seeing the relative frequencies of a letter and the language characteristics, they are going to get the plain text easily. Clear? This is somewhat difficult compared to your Caesar cipher, but still here also they can attack the encryption system, the cryptanalysts. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you getting, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that
Yes,
clear?
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? So let's go through the thing. Here what we did, only the single letter we have replaced with the another letter, that is by using a random keys. But still, by seeing the relative frequencies and the language characteristics of letters, they can even still get the plain text, right? That is what the cryptanalyst will do. These are the two kinds of the mono alphabetic cipher we have studied. That is, one is Caesar cipher. There the number of possible keys is 25. Then in mono alphabetic cipher, the key space is the 26 factorial. That means 4 into 10 to the power 26 number of keys will be there. Clear? Even though the key space is larger, but still cryptanalyst is hacking that particular message by seeing the relative frequencies. What is the relative frequencies of the letters which are occurring in the ciphertext? By taking into the consideration of that one and the language characteristics, still they can recover the message. That is possible, but it is somewhat secured compared to the Caesar cipher, because the key space is larger and they need to work out with all the possible keys, and guesswork should be in a stronger manner. Then only this is possible to get the plain text. Yes or no? It is not easier thing. Clear? Getting the thing, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that clear? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Then
Yes,
these are
ma'am.
the two different types of mono alphabetic